welcome to the Webcast for Tuesday, December 3rd. I'm South Ops meteorologist Jonathan O'Brien. We have more cloud cover around this morning, a pretty expansive shield of mid and high-level clouds associated with that weak area of offshore low pressure that we've been talking about for many days. It's a bit hard to see beneath the high clouds, but we do also have some marine layer clouds in some of the coastal areas, and also continue to see areas of dense fog in the San Joaquin Valley. So while there will be at least some filtered sunshine in many areas today, it will overall be a cloudier day than the past couple. That'll have some effect on the temperatures, but not a whole lot, as a generally mild air mass remains in place. Highs will remain a few to several degrees above normal, but generally a couple degrees cooler than yesterday over Southern California, with upper 60s to mid 70s in the coastal valleys. Tomorrow will be similar, or even another degree or two cooler as the marine layer deepens a little more tonight. Uneventful weather really remains the theme right through Thursday, though. We remain stuck in this very persistent blocking pattern, featuring a ridge of high pressure over much of the west, but that weak low pressure trapped underneath it just off the California coast. This will continue to bring mild temperatures, a good deal of cloud cover, and also very light winds to the region through Thursday. We're still eyeing some changes late in the week. By Friday and Saturday, that weak low finally nudges its way into northern Mexico, and the ridge over the west strengthens a bit. That change will increase our offshore pressure gradients heading into the late week period. One result of that will be some renewed warming. After our slight midweek cooling, we will warm up late in the week. Take a look at Friday's forecast highs with some upper 70s and even low 80s in the warmer Southern California valleys. Saturday will be very similar as well. Those offshore pressure gradients will also bring about some offshore winds. It's not a great Santa Ana setup. It does have both surface and upper level support, but both components are on the weak side. Nonetheless, we have good confidence in the development of at least light offshore flow, possibly rising to the level of a weak Santa Ana wind event Friday and Saturday. Right now, north to east winds of 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts to 35 miles per hour look likely in the favored canyons and passes of Southern California, especially for LA and Ventura counties. Accompanying RH values will be fairly dry, though not exceptionally so. Here are the forecast minimum RHs for Friday, generally teens to near 20% in the wind-prone areas, and Saturday will likely be a little drier. So putting it all together, along with the warmer temperatures, it's a recipe for what should be locally elevated, but likely not critical fire weather conditions for Friday and Saturday. Still something to account for, though. All eyes then turn to early next week as a more robust trough drops into the interior northwest this weekend, then likely heads towards the desert southwest early next week. There will likely be several degrees of cooling Sunday into Monday as the trough moves east of our region. But the bigger story will be the potential winds. There remains uncertainty in the forecast. It's still close to a week away, and the tracks of these troughs can be very fickle. But most indications continue to favor additional offshore winds next week. Projections are centered around a moderate Santa Ana wind event on Monday and or Tuesday, which would be accompanied by relatively mild temperatures and RH values in the upper single digits and teens. There are lesser but present chances of either a strong event or a weaker event, and a very outside chance that the trough tracks along the coast and brings cooler and wetter weather. We continue to see overall drying trends in the fuels. They'll probably be tempered in the next couple days, especially in the lower elevations and in the finer fuels, as the marine layer deepens and brings higher RH with better recoveries into Thursday. But they will then go back into sharper downward trends to end the week. And again, when we discuss dead fuel moistures this time of year, we're really referring to areas where the dead components still dominate the fuel load, those areas that haven't received significant rain so far this season. Live fuel moistures also remain near critical levels from eastern portions of Ventura County and southward. So to sum up, large fire potential will be low to very low through Thursday due to the light winds and that slight cooling and moistening trend. Fire potential will then increase at least a little over Southern California on Friday and Saturday. Weather conditions will not rise to high-risk levels, but elevated fire weather conditions are likely in favored offshore wind-prone areas. And then, while none have been designated as of yet, the development of high-risk significant fire potential is distinctly possible Monday and Tuesday next week if a moderate or strong Santa Ana wind event develops. Fire spread concerns would be most concentrated from eastern Ventura County and southward due to the lack of seasonal rains in those areas so far. Most fuel types are expected to be receptive in those areas early next week, so that remains the primary period to watch. That's it for today's webcast. Thanks for joining us. The next one will be on Wednesday, December 4th.